Good morning, everyone. So, how are we now? Today we are back in the second session, and now today we are talking about the Capricorn Ascendants. Capricorn Ascendants means that 10th sign of Capricorn is in the first house when you are born. Okay, so the sign of Capricorn is rising up the horizon. That is why you take Capricorn as the first sign. Okay, so your head will actually behave like Capricorn. So talking about Capricorn Ascendants, first of all, who is the Lord of Capricorn? See, as I told you, the best signs are Cancer, Sagittarius, and Pisces Ascendants. The worst signs are Scorpio and Aquarius. So all other signs have some pros and cons in it. Okay, equal amount of pros and cons. So now if we talk about Capricorn Ascendants, so first of all, what we know, who is the Lord of Capricorn? The Lord of Capricorn is Saturn. The Lord of Capricorn is Saturn. Now if you say the first house comes over here, and Saturn being situated at the first house is a very, very uncomfortable position for Saturn. So number one thing about Capricorn Ascendants is they need to maintain their physical body very, very well. In order to maintain their physical health, in order to maintain their physics, they need to do things in which they are not comfortable in. Where they are feeling totally uncomfortable, those are the things which will give you physical strength. Okay, and those exercises would give you stamina, that energy inside you. Okay, so whenever you are a Capricorn Ascendant or your Capricorn Dasha is going on, okay, so what you need to see is, first of all, spend time in exercise. Okay, daily spend time in exercise in order, if you want to be healthy and physically fit, because you are forced to do actions which you don't like. You are forced to work on things which you don't usually like to work, and in which aspect? The aspect of your mind and body. So think on things which you don't like. Exercise and work out over your body parts which you don't feel comfortable of. Okay, and there would be this tendency to like relax and don't work out, but that is going to degrade your body. And if by birth you are a Capricorn Ascendant, I would say that go daily to a gym. Go daily to a gym and you will solve 80% of your life's problem, because your vibes will be continuously cleaning itself. Your sole motto in this life, not sole, but one of the main motto in your life is to clean your body. You need to do sweating. Okay, sweat daily. Okay, no matter however you sweat, if you do exercise, if you do any kind of physical exercise, okay, any kind of things which give out sweat, okay, there are many things. So first of all, Capricorn in first house, it is demanding you that go exercise, do physical workout, remove sweat from your body, and specially focus on things which you dislike. Okay, so if you like working out with your chest and working out with your biceps, okay, work out more with your legs, work out more with your stomach, do abs, right? So the one thing you should clearly work out is, you should work on things that you dislike. If you don't like working out on your calves and thighs, okay, and legs, work out, do jogging, do running. If you are good at working out with your thighs, feet, calves, and if you don't like working on your stomach, you have a belly, do abs exercise. Okay, so you have to focus on things that you don't like. Okay, that is the main agenda. The more you focus on the things you don't like, the better output you would get for your health, your physique, and your mindset. Right? The second thing is, okay, so this was the first thing, because the first house is Capricorn, which is lorded by Saturn. Whenever Saturn is in first house, it is going to make your life like you have to do hard work, you have to do exercise, and wake up daily with the sun. Okay, not ahead of the sun, not after sun. Wake up with the sun. Okay. And Saturn is not comfortable with the higher position. Saturn likes the darker position, which is in the 7th house. So Saturn is uncomfortable in the first house. Okay, so it is going to force you to wake up in the morning. And for all those who are having Saturn in the first house or Capricorn Ascendants, they need to sleep early in their life, because working at night would spoil your body, especially your mind. Okay, your mind would be having the thoughts which is not going to be beneficial for you. Okay, all the kind of disturbances would come to you, especially on the full moon. Okay, the only day you can sleep late in your life is the new moon, or the 2 days before the new moon, 2 days after the new moon. Especially on the full moon and the 2 days before the full moon and 2 days after the full moon, sleep early, sleep before 12. Okay, so this was the first house of Capricorn Ascendant, which was ruled by Saturn. And we are not talking about planets right here, we are just talking about lords and an empty chart. Okay, so I am not adding planets to it. If you have Sun on the first house having Capricorn Ascendant, then it will nullify this effect. Okay, so this would change. But basically, even if you remove the planets, you need to work out. You need to work on things that you don't like. You have to be active in the day part of your life. Okay. Secondly, now coming to the second house. Second house is the Lakshmi Sthan. What becomes the Lakshmi Sthan for Capricorn Ascendants? It is Aquarius. Okay. Now this is a bad thing. Okay. As I told you, anything in Aquarius is what you are losing. Right? So whenever there is Capricorn Ascendant, what you are losing your Lakshmi, which means you are in loss of your savings. Your savings are going to degrade in the duration. So you have to be very careful in where you store your money. If you are earning, get money, but don't store in your name. Store in your father's name, mother's name, brother's name, sister's name, wife's name, children's name, anybody's name. Okay, but if you store money in your own account, it is going to go away. Okay, so make sure it is a hack for Capricorn Ascendants, that if you want to do more and more savings, okay, and in your Hora chart there are more planets in the Leo sign than in Cancer sign, or Leo is in the first house, Cancer is in the 12th house, and there is a lot of expenditure in your life, then what you need to do? You need to save your money into someone else's account. Okay, may it be your father, may it be your mother, may it be your brother, sister, may it be your spouse, may it be your children, anyone. Don't keep money in your self account. Okay, because anything in Aquarius has a tendency to go away. Now Saturn also represents money, and especially Aquarius in the second house, that is in Lakshmi Sthan, you are losing your Lakshmi. Okay, so you have to be careful about your expenditure. Plus, whatever planet would be situated in that house, you would be losing your money in that aspect. Until and unless Mars is situated in that house, or Mars is aspecting that house, only then there are the chances of saving your money, because Mars will nullify the Saturn. Lord of Aquarius is Saturn, and who is going to nullify Saturn? It is your Mars. Okay. So if Mars is watching the second house, or Mars is sitting in the second house itself, with you being a Capricorn Ascendant, only then there are the chances of saving your money. But still, your money would suddenly go in some kind of hospitalization or medical affairs. And if you still want a remedy for that, go donate fruits in some hospitals. Go donate fruits to patients. Go donate medicines. Okay, go donate blood. Do some kind of charity. Okay, especially related to the hospitalization sector. Okay, or war victims. Okay, army men who have died, go donate something to their families. Okay, either donate things to your to the families of warriors who have died, or donate things in the hospitalization, or do some charity related to blood bank. Okay, organize a blood donation camp. Okay, you can do any this kind of thing to save your exaltation of Lakshmi. Okay, so what else you can do is, so this was your second house. See, in the first house we forgot to understand the aspect. Okay, where is Saturn aspecting? Where is Saturn watching from the first house? Saturn watches to the 10th house to itself. Okay, so talking about the aspect of first house, having your Capricorn ascendant, the Saturn is watching your 10th house of social affairs. So you need to work hard to make a social life. You need to work hard to make friends. Okay, whenever you are going on with a Capricorn Dasha, whenever you are having Capricorn ascendant and Capricorn in your first house, if you want to maintain a good social life, if you want to maintain a good circle, if you want to maintain a good group in your social circle, you need to work hard on it. Okay? It is not that easily you are catching and grabbing people and you are making friends and everything like that. No, you have to give time to people in order to make friends. Okay, so you might be having this kind of issues that you are having trouble in making friends, because you need to spare some time for your friends, for the society. If you spare time for the society, okay, then you will make a very good social circle. If you don't spare time for the society and keep on working for yourself, then you would lack a social circle. But in that case, you would be having a very good physique and a mental ability. Okay. So this is a two-way thing. Saturn is giving you very good physique and a mental ability if and only if you are focusing on yourself. But if you don't equally focus on society and making friends, you are going to be an introvert or isolated person. Okay. Now, who is the 10th house lord? Count 10 from the first house. 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is Libra. So your 10th house is going to be Libra. Okay. So who is the Lord of Libra? Lord of Libra is Venus. So you are going to be very famous in the opposite sex. Okay. If you spend time for the opposite sex person, they are going to give you a good social reputation. Okay, it is more likely that opposite sex people are pulled towards you, and you are going to you have to spend time for them, and that is how they would increase your social circle. Okay, so if you are having lack of friends in your Capricorn Dasha, or if you are having Capricorn ascendants and lack of social life, then go and spend time with the opposite sex person. If you are a boy, spend time with women. If you are a man, spend time with women. If you are a woman, spend time with men. The opposite gender people will spread a word in the society that about you, and that is how you are going to make a group. You won't be able to make a group if you spend time with the same gender person. In order to make a social group, spend time with opposite gender people. See, this is the key. This is the secret key. Give equal amount of time to your opposite gender friends and equal amount of time in your self-cherishment, like exercise, yoga, meditation, anything that you do. You have to balance your first and 10th house. Right. Now talking about the second house. The second house Saturn is also aspecting your 11th house. Count 10 from second house. Okay, count 10 from second house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is your 11th house. Okay, so the Saturn who is sitting in the Lakshmi Sthan, in the sign of Aquarius, who is making you lose the Lakshmi, is watching towards your 11th house of gain. Okay, which means if you continuously focus on your gains, that is why you are losing your gains. Okay, so over here the problem is Saturn itself in the second house. It is giving you loss of money, loss of Lakshmi. And why you are getting a loss of Lakshmi? Because you are continuously thinking about your gains. If you want to keep the gains accumulated, you need to do reverse of what the Saturn is watching. Okay, so what is the reverse of the 11th house? The reverse of the 11th house is 5th house. Do reverse, and that is how you will be able to save money. You will be able to save money if you donate some amount of money in charity, okay, or if you save your money into the names of your children's account, because 5th house also represents children. It also represents charity and fame. Okay, build a kind of an NGO or a charitable fund. So if regularly you put some amount of money in that charitable fund, in that charitable institution, then you will be able to save your money. Then your money is not going to get expended. Okay, because you are already putting some amount of money into charity. What is charity? Charity is giving out. Okay, so your Saturn is definitely going to give out your money from your gains, and if you continuously focus on your gains, whenever the gains are coming to you, your Saturn is going to expend it. So in order to save your money, what you do, you already send a part of your money towards the expenditure account. So that charitable fund, that NGO is your expenditure account. Okay, so whenever you are getting some amount of money, go and put into some charity. Go and, even 10 rupees is okay. If you are getting 100 rupees from something, put 10 rupees into that account. If you are getting 1 lakh rupees from somewhere, put 1000 rupees in that account. Okay, any amount of money, but invest in some kind of charity. Because see, Saturn wants you to donate your money. Okay, if you don't donate your money, and if you keep focusing on the 11th house, that is on the gains, you are going to lose your money. So in order to save your money, you have to focus on the opposite house to itself. What is the opposite house? It is the 5th house. 5th house is also about your reputation, charity and children. Either you save money into your children, invest in your children, or save or give it out in some charity. Okay. So the easiest way to save your money if you are a Capricorn Ascendant and you have expenditure problems is that don't focus too much in gains. Okay. And whenever you gain some amount of money from anywhere, may it be business, may it be job, a small amount of money you have to take it out, give it in some NGO, charity, or open a charity or NGO yourself and put a small amount every time into that account. Okay. So that is the solution of your 2nd house. Right. And who is the co-lord of Aquarius? As we all talk, the co-lord of Aquarius is also Rahu. Okay, so over here, see, Rahu is going to save your money. Because Rahu is materialistic planet. Okay, it will push the Saturn down. So if you are having this Capricorn Ascendant, or if you are having Capricorn Dasha going on, and your Rahu is not situated in a bad place, I would advise you to wear a Gomti Chakra and a Hazonite together. Because a Hazonite will pull Rahu. It will make you materialistic. But a Gomti Chakra will control your Rahu. It is going to control your materialistic demands, and it will stop going you away in the greed and doing something wrong. Okay, so the Hazonite is going to help you to gain wealth, to be materialistic. And the Gomti Chakra is going to help you that you don't pursue some bad means to get that wealth. Okay, so you also get the Rahu and you also control the Rahu. It's like getting a bird and also getting a cage. Rahu is the bird, Gomti Chakra is the cage. Okay, so you got the Rahu, you put the cage around it. Okay, so wear a Rahu, and above it and below it keep a Gomti Chakra. Okay, where you have to wear it, it totally depends on the placement of your Rahu and your placement of your Lagna Lord. Okay, that is your Saturn. Right. So this is one of the aspects. This can also save you, wearing a Rahu. But for that you need to see that your Rahu is not in a bad place. Especially it should not be in the 12th house. If it's in the 12th house, you can't wear Rahu. Or if your Rahu is aspecting your 12th house, even that in that case you can't wear a Rahu. Even the 9th aspect of your Rahu is 12th house, you can't wear a Rahu. Okay, that is Hazonite. If it is not like that, then you can definitely wear a Rahu and it will definitely going to save a lot of Lakshmi. Okay, now talking about the aspect of Rahu. Now, if we talk about the aspect of Rahu, Rahu is going to see the 5th house and 9th house from itself. Okay, so which is the 5th house from the 2nd house? 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Which means the 6th house of illness, diseases and enemies. Rahu is watching illness, diseases and enemies. Which means your enemies would likely to get your money. Okay, you are likely to get cheated in life. Okay, don't invest in blunders and dubious schemes. Okay, ekkadabal. Don't invest in ekkadabal. Okay, if you are a Cancer ascendant or Capricorn Dasha is going on, don't invest in ekkadabal. Never. Don't invest in any dubious schemes. Don't invest in network marketing. Don't invest in all these kind of things which are going to, which are like unsure things. Don't invest into people. Okay, investing in people is also bad. Invest your time in people, it is very good, but don't invest your money in people. For you, it is not good. If somebody comes to you in the Capricorn Dasha and asks you for money, don't give them. You are unlikely to get that money back. Okay, so it is important that you don't lose your money into your enemies. Okay, and see, it is not in your if your house is of the Lord of 6th house is in the 12th house, then you would be having secret enemies. But the Lord of 6th house, if it is not in the 12th house, then you will be having open enemies. Like you will be knowing that this person is an enemy. You will be knowing that this person is selfish and greedy, and still he is coming to you. Okay, being a Capricorn ascendant with 6th house Lord, not in 12th house, you would be easily recognizing your enemies. Easily. But being a Capricorn ascendant, having the 6th house Lord in the 12th house, who is the 6th house Lord? Capricorn, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini. So if you are a Capricorn ascendant and your Mercury is placed in the 12th house, then you would be having secret enemies. Like you won't be able to easily identify your enemies, because the Karak of your enemy house is sitting in the 12th house of secrecy. So there would be secret enemies in your life who would be wanting your wealth, who would be stealing your wealth, stealing your good energies. Okay, these days some people are also there who pull your energy and put your dirtful, foul energy inside your body. You suffer, they enjoy. Okay, so even those kind of people, if your 6th house Lord is sitting in the 12th house, being a Capricorn ascendant, then your secret enemies would be taking away your wealth. For that, the easy remedy is that give salt to Hanumanji temple. Okay, on every Saturday, give some amount of salt to Hanumanji temple. Hanumanji would punish your enemies. Okay, and if your Saturn is good, and if you are a Capricorn ascendant and your Saturn is placed very well, or your Saturn is aspecting the 12th house, sitting in the 12th house, then do Shani mantra every morning. Just whenever you get out of the bed, in the morning as you open your eyes, do Om Shan Shanescharaya Nama. Okay, put your feet on the day only after calling Shani. Okay, and even after taking a brushing, do 108 times Shani mantra. If your Shani is good. If your Shani is not good, donate a bit amount of salt into the Hanumanji temple. Hanumanji is going to take care of the person. Okay, but this is especially if your 6th house Lord is in 12th house, being a Capricorn ascendant. So if you are a Capricorn ascendant and Mercury is placed in the 12th house, then only then you have to give salt to the Hanumanji temple, and Hanumanji will take care of it. Okay. After this, the 9th place of Rahu. 9th place of Rahu, which is going to be the 9th place of Rahu. This was the 6th house, was the 5th place. Then 6th, it was Gemini. Okay. After Gemini comes Cancer, 6th. Leo, 7th. Virgo, 8th. And Libra, 9th. Okay. So see over here, the 9th aspect of Rahu is Libra. You don't have to spend lavishly on the opposite sex. Especially Libra is the sign of hotels, restaurants, okay, all kinds of luxury, all kinds of sexual desires. Okay, so you have to save yourself from prostitution. First of all, don't go into prostitution. Don't put money into prostitution. Okay, secondly, don't spend lavishly in hotels and restaurants, especially if you are going out with some opposite sex. Okay, you are losing your money and you will not gain anything from it. Okay, I am 100% sure. If your Rahu is not placed in a good way and you are a Capricorn Ascendant, and if you spend lavishly on the opposite sex, you are just losing your money. Okay, 110% sure you are just losing your money. So you have to control the ninth aspect of Rahu in order to save more money. The ninth aspect of Rahu is Libra, who is the ruler of Venus. You don't have to spend your money in the opposite gender. Okay. But talking about the first house, in order to make social connection, you have to spend time with the opposite gender. You don't have to spend money on the opposite gender. See, that is the difference. You have to give time to the opposite gender more than you give time to the same gender friends. But you don't have to spend money on the opposite gender people. Spend your time, don't spend your money. That is the secret, nothing else. Okay. Now, talking about the third house. What is going to be the third house? The third house is going to be Pisces. Who is the Lord of Pisces? Lord of Pisces is Jupiter. And Jupiter in Pisces is giving you enormously good result. So if you are a Capricorn Ascendant, the one thing you should always keep in mind that you are a very good IT teacher. You can study information technology, you can study communication, you can study mass communication, and you can teach all these three subjects. Okay, teach any field related to communication and you would have wonders in your life. Okay, if and only if your Jupiter is not placed in a malefic way. Okay, so choosing a career, you would be more likely to go into information, you would be more likely into going into technology, more likely going into the communication field. Okay, as a reporter also, as IT engineer. Okay, all the electronic fields you will be loving. Okay, and especially if your Saturn is placed in the third house, being a Capricorn Ascendant, then you are definitely going to teach something or definitely going to invent something which is an electronic device. Right? But it should be placed in the second half of the Pisces, not on the first half of the Pisces, second half of the Pisces. So, third house. Third house is Pisces with Jupiter. Where does Jupiter see? Jupiter watches the ninth house from itself. Okay. Calculate the ninth house from itself. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh house from itself is ninth house. Eighth house is 10th house and 9th house is 11th house. Okay. So the 9th house from the 3rd house is the 11th house. See, it is gains, house of gains. That is why Jupiter is going to give you a lot of gains in your life. Until and unless your Jupiter is not sitting malefic conjunction or it is not debilitated, it is definitely going to get gains. Vera Pukraj. Okay. End of story. Vera Pukraj, and you are getting gains in your life. Okay. And with a lot of gains, and if you are donating in the charity, you will sustain in your life. Lavishly. Okay. Lavishly you are going to sustain. So the 3rd house lord is Jupiter. Now Jupiter is watching your 11th house. Your 11th house is the house of gains. So until and unless your Jupiter is placed in a bad way, go and wear a Pukhraj. Wear a Pukhraj and you will have a lot of gains in your life. Whatever you need, it will directly come forth towards you. Okay. But then you also have to see the custable and istable. But that is a future process. You can always contact me for that. But basically 85% or 90% probability that Jupiter is going to give you massive gains in your life. And in teaching field, in banks, you are also going to get a lot of gains. If you are doing business, go sell products to banks and schools and colleges, universities. Okay, if you want to do service, go serve in banks, university, colleges. Okay, you can also serve into some information technology college, entertainment, mass media. Okay, all these things are very good. Okay, even when you are selling this kind of equipment, okay, if you are selling computers, mobiles, okay, if you want to do business, go sell things which are related to mass communication. You can also sell things which are related to study, that is books, stationery items, anything. If you want to manufacture, then manufacture books, diaries, pens, any kind of stationeries. If you want to sell things related to communication. If you want to manufacture things related to Jupiter, that is study. Getting my point? So this was third house. Okay. Now coming to the fourth house. What is the fourth house? Fourth house is of Aries. Who is the Lord of Aries? Lord of Aries is Mars. Okay. This is a very bad thing. Having Mars or Martian sign in the fourth house is definitely going to create quarrels in your home. Okay, especially in your dining area. Okay, you will be fighting in the dining area of your home. Especially if your Mars is sitting in the debilitated position or your Mars is aspecting your fourth house, then you are definitely going to have problems and quarrels in your family life, and those problems and quarrels will most likely happen in your dining region. Okay. So there is one solution for it. You have to keep your matka separate, okay, from where you drink water. Okay, don't let anyone in your family drink water from that matka. Keep your matka separate and fill your own matka. Okay, fill your own water which you drink, and don't let anyone in your house drink from that matka or drink from that bottle. Keep your water separate. That is one and only remedy which you can have. Another remedy can also be related to Mars, can also be related to gemstones or some doing fasting, but for that it is closely needed to see your placement of Mars and Moon. Okay, because Moon and Venus are Digbal of that sign, of that direction. They are the directional lords. So if your Venus or Moon are strong, it can easily be used to interact with your Mars. But for that we have to see the planets Venus and Moon, which planets are suppressing the Martian energy inside your home. Otherwise it is definitely seen that you might have some quarrels, fighting, issues, and some fights inside your home, especially during the dining region. Okay, so either you have to eat alone in your house. That is also a second remedy. Okay, if you don't want to keep your matka separate, don't eat with your family, eat alone. Before or after your family, eat alone. Don't eat with your family. Okay, you have to eat alone. But if it is changing in the Navamsha, then after marriage you can again have a different outcome. But if it is if the ascendant is same in the D9 chart and D1 chart, okay, in the Navamsha and the D1 chart, then even after marriage you have to eat alone in your house. Okay, that is going to save a lot of troubles. Okay, this is also a remedy. Now, where is Mars watching from the fourth house? Mars is watching to the fourth and eighth house from itself. Okay, now count the fourth house from itself. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The eighth house, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the eighth house is the house of sudden transformation, change, and death. Mars is looking at the eighth house. The eighth house lord is Sun. Okay, so whenever you fight, whenever you have quarrels, who is going to suffer in your house? Either it's your father or it's your father-in-law. The Sun in the house will suffer when your Mars is positioned in the fourth house. The Sun in the house will suffer when your Mars is positioned in your fourth house. The Sun in your house will suffer when your Mars is positioned in your fourth house. 3 times I have told this. Who is the Sun in your house? Your father, your father-in-law. So whenever you do quarrels, whenever you fight, okay, who is going to suffer? The Sun. Because Mars is watching the fourth house. And the fourth house from the fourth house itself is the eighth house, which is ruled by Leo. Now, who is the Lord of eighth house? It is Sun. So, in order to save the quarrels in the fourth house, having a fourth house Mars, if you are getting indulged into quarrels, what you have to do? You have to follow your father blindly. Blindly. Only then you can save all the quarrels in your life. Because fourth house from Mars is what you have to control. You have to control your anger towards your father. You have to accept everything what your father says. And since you are an ascendant of Capricorn, you have that Saturnian energy. And the energy of Sun will rebel you. You are going to rebel the energies of your father. But if you want a peaceful family life, you have to compromise and you have to do everything that your father says. If you want a good family life, then the 4th house Mars, aspecting the 8th house of Leo, Sun, you have to control the 4th house. Okay, do whatever your father says. Even though you don't like it, don't argue, don't fight, don't do a quarrel. Okay, this is also the third remedy, because Mars is watching the 4th house. 4th house is the house of transformation. You have to transform yourself like your father wants you to be. Okay, I'm not telling this to all the people who are having Mars in the 4th house. I am telling this for the people who are having Capricorn Ascendants. Okay, number 10, Capricorn as their first sign, first house. If you have Capricorn in the first house and your Mars is debilitated, okay, only then there is a solution, that follow your father. Do whatever he says even though you don't like it. So if your rising sign is Capricorn, if your first house is ruled by Capricorn, number 10, and you are having quarrels in your home, do what your father says even though you don't like it. I am 100% sure you won't be liking what your father is saying, but still, you have to follow your father in order to save quarrels. Okay. Now see the eighth aspect of Mars. That is something you have to compromise. What is the 8th aspect of Mars? This was the 4th. 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So the 8th aspect of 4th house Mars is going in the 12th house. What is the 12th house? 12th house is Sagittarius. Who is the lord of Sagittarius? It is the Jupiter. So what you have to compromise in your life? You have to compromise Jupiter. What is Jupiter? Jupiter is authority and guidance. Stop guiding people inside your home. Let them do whatever they want. That is how you will save your quarrels. Stop guiding people in your house. Stop guiding them even though you have things. Guide them only when they ask you. Don't tell them do this, do that, you can do this, you can do that. Okay? No. Stop guiding people inside your home. Stop throwing your authority into people. Okay? Now even those people might be in your home, might not be in your home. Okay? Stop throwing authority on anyone. Okay, so you need to compromise your Jupiter. By compromising your Jupiter, I mean to say, don't throw your authority anywhere. Don't tell people you do this, you do that. Don't order people anything. Don't guide people. Especially don't guide people in your house. If you are in a joint family, don't guide anyone. Don't guide anyone. Let everyone do whatever they want. Okay, so you have to compromise the 8th aspect of Mars. And 8th aspect of Mars is Sagittarius, which is ruled by Jupiter. You have to compromise your authority, nothing else. Compromise it. That is how you will have a very good family life. Okay. So this was Mars. Okay. Now coming to the 5th house. What is the 5th house? The 5th house over here is Taurus. Okay. So considering the 5th house as Taurus, what is the 5th house? 5th house is the house of children and the house of fame. And who is the lord of 5th house? It is Venus. Okay. So it is more likely that you would get fame, recognition into the society. When you do any kinds of creative stuff, okay, and you might also be famous into the opposite gender. Okay, and if you have Venus placed in either 10th house, 12th house or 5th house, you certainly have that yoke to become a playboy. Okay, or a girl who is very much famous into boys. Okay, I won't use the word prostitute because it is totally a different thing, but yes, some girl who is famous in or it is known by swapping boyfriends, okay, having so many boyfriends, okay, like that. Or someone who is having two spouses, you are maintaining two houses, okay. So a Capricorn ascendant having Venus in either 5th house, 7th house or 12th house, then there is this yoga, okay. Apart from that, if you want to excel and be famous and get some reputation, you will get reputation in all the Venusian fields, okay. Venusian fields are all the creative fields, fine arts, paintings, acting, drama. Then if you are doing business, then cosmetics, perfumes, jewelry, fashion, media, speech, being a reporter, okay. All these things are the aspect of Venus. So if you want to get famous and you are a Capricorn ascendant, if and only if your Venus is not placed in debilitated condition in the Zodiac Virgo, then you can use any of these things to get famous, okay. Any creative ability of yours, okay, maybe music, maybe singing, maybe dancing, anything, okay. So this is the 5th house of Taurus. Where is 5th house looking? 5th house Taurus, that is Venus. Venus is looking to the 12th house from its 7th house from itself, okay. So what is the 7th house from the 5th house? The 7th house from the 5th house would be the 11th house, the houses of gains. Venus is giving you gains, okay. So over here, if you are a Capricorn ascendant and your Venus is not placed in a malefic planet with a malefic conjunction or a debilitated position, then you should definitely wear a opal stone, opal, that is Venus, in your thumb, okay, in your thumb. Wear a thumb ring of opal. Nobody is going to tell you this solution. If you are a Capricorn ascendant and your Venus is not placed debilitated or your Venus is not placed into malefic conjunctions, okay, or in some malefic aspects, then wear a Venus or opal in your thumb. You will get massive success in any of the creative fields or whatever you are passionate in, okay. So this was the 5th house. Now coming to the 6th house. 6th house is the house of diseases, enemies, okay, and obstacles. Now who is the 6th house? 6th house is Gemini. Who is the Lord of Gemini? Lord of Gemini is Mercury. But Mercury is very good in the 6th house because Mercury gives you recognition of your enemies. If your Mercury is placed in the 6th house, you will easily recognize people who are not good for you, people who are not willing good for you, people who are not actually good for you. You will easily recognize those people, especially in business. If somebody has came to in order to get some money out of you, loot you, okay, or some hideous intentions, you will always know, okay. So 6th house Mercury is a very good placement for monetary, finding people who are your enemies, okay. But see, what you have to be careful of, you would have diseases related to your nervous system, you would have diseases related to your nerves. You should always take care of your sodium balance, electrolyte balance, because Mercury also governs all the electrolyte in the body. You might have stones in your kidney because of potassium. You might have lack of sodium inside your body, okay. And similarly, you might have problems related to Mercury, okay. Some problems in your eyes, I guess. There might be some problems. So what is something you need to do? You have to take care of your Mercury, that is the sodium level, the potassium level and the chlorine level inside your body. You have to take care about your eyes. Okay, because diseases of mercury are often going to happen. You have to take care of your intestine. You have to clean your intestine every 15 days. If you have this constipation problem, take something that is going to clean your intestine. Okay, in Ayurvedic, take some hingashtak. Okay, hingashtak every 15 days. Increase the amount of asafoetida in your diet, hing. Okay, eat black salt daily with buttermilk. Use this kind of remedies and you will be very good with your physical health. Okay, you have to take care about your intestines very well. Also take care about your sodium balance, electrolyte balance, potassium balance and chlorine balance in your body. Other things would be work out. Other things would work out easily. Okay. So now where Mercury is watching? Mercury is also watching to the 7th house from itself. What is the 7th house from the 6th house? 12th house. Mercury is watching the 12th house. What is the 12th house? 12th house is the house of Yaya. Spirituality, religion, higher science. Okay. So over here, you would also be inclined towards spirituality. It is likely that you are wearing some gemstones. You are giving some amount of money into crystals and gemstones and everything. But you have to make sure that you don't invest dubiously in any crystals and everything. Okay. So you more likely to give your attention towards those things. Okay. You would like to have that collection of gemstones in your home. Okay. But next thing, it is also seen that with Mercury in the 12th house, the universe is always going to give you sixth sense. Okay. So you will always have this sixth sense ability before something bad is going to happen, before something good is going to happen. Okay. If something bad is about to happen, okay, you will get the sixth sense from somewhere. Okay, like universe is telling you something and I had this thing in my mind that I should do this, but I forgot to do that. I was just thinking about you before a day or two, and you suddenly pop up. Okay. I was just thinking about you, and you just crossed path today. I was just thinking that you might be playing some ill things behind my back, and I just came to know. Okay, this person is speaking ill about me behind my back. So what you have to do is, first of all, always trust your intuition. If your Mercury is not placed in a debilitated house, especially in any of the debilitation house of Mercury, then wear a Mercury. Wear emerald. Okay. If not in the little finger, wear it in your neck. Okay. But make sure your Mercury is not situated in a debilitated position or with a malefic planet Jupiter. Okay, because Jupiter and Mercury don't go hand in hand. Okay. And if you wear Mercury in your little finger, being a Capricorn Ascendant, your gains would get problematic. Okay, that's why I am not advising you to wear Mercury in the Mercury finger. Wear Mercury in a neck. Okay, so that you also sustain your Jupiter and you also have Mercury. Getting my point? So this was the 6th house of Gemini. Now the 7th house. Your 7th house would be 4. That is Cancer. Who is the Lord of Cancer? Moon. So Moon, either in the 7th house, who is aspecting the 7th house from itself, that is the 1st house, is a very good placement. You will get a lot of mental peace from your partner. First of all, your spouse is going to give you mental peace. If you are not mentally peaceful, remember, after marriage you are going to get mental peace if your D9 chart is also having Capricorn Ascendant. Or if not your spouse, okay, your partners are going to give you mental peace. So if you are doing any business and you have business partners, then those people are going to sit with you, talk with you about your troubles and going to be with you in your bad times. So your partners are giving you mental peace. Also, your spouse is giving you mental peace. When you can't sleep, you are having trouble issues, you are having sleeping issues. Sleep with your spouse, sleep with your girlfriend or boyfriend, and you will get a very nice sleep. Why? Because moon is also your sleep. Moon is also your subconscious mind. Moon is also your peace. Who is giving you peace? Your spouse, your partners are giving you peace. So you are getting peace from your spouse. You are getting peace from the partners. If you are stressed related to business, go and sit with your friends who are into the same business. Or go and sit with your partners. Okay, have a drink with your partner. Okay. Or if you are mentally peaceful because of your inner thoughts and your personal life, go and sleep with your boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, go and talk with them. Okay. Preferably, you need sleep, and when you have a lack of sleep, having a Capricorn Ascendant, you need to sleep with your spouse or your girlfriend or boyfriend. Right. Now, where is Moon looking? Moon is looking to the 7th house from itself. Okay. What is the 7th house from the 7th house? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. The 7th house from the 7th house is the first house. Krishna. Krishna had moon in the first house. Okay. So, when your moon is in first house, or your moon is aspecting in your first house, you are going to have drastic intuitive abilities. But the only problem right here would be if you say your intuition loudly, it is going to go into the second house of fire. So whenever you say your intuition loud, things would change in your life. Everything will change, the process would change, things would change, the outcome would change, the destiny would change, the flow would change, everything would change, and the intuition will get useless. Okay. So if you are a Capricorn Ascendant and your moon is not in the debilitated position, moon is a good position, and if you are getting intuition, don't tell your intuition to anyone, even though you are trusting that person blindly, because your sole agenda is to keep your intuition to yourself. Nobody in this universe should have that thought which universe planted inside you from the source, and you don't have to tell that thought to anyone. Okay, getting my point? So the source or the universe is planting things inside your head, but the moment you speak that thing out, it is going to be equal in somebody else's head. So the secret of universe, now you told the secret of universe to someone else. As soon as you tell your intuition to someone else, you are gossiping about the universe. Why? Because intuition is nothing but a secret message from the universe. Now the universe gave you a secret message. You gossip that message to someone else. Okay, it is a very bad thing. Don't gossip about your intuition. Don't tell about your intuition to anyone. That is the rule of success. Especially to Capricorn Ascendants or those people who are having moon in the first house or the moon in the 7th house, which is aspecting the first house. Okay, never ever tell your intuition to anyone. Because the moment you are sharing your intuition, you are gossiping about the message of the universe. And universe doesn't like you when you are gossiping its secrets. Universe told you the secret. Why are you gossiping that secret to someone else? Universe won't like it. Universe won't like it. Okay. So what you should do is, first of all, keep your intuitions to yourself. Only then you will get a very good result. Very good result. See the life of Krishna. Read and know the Mahabharata. Know the Mahabharata. Read Bhagavad Gita. See, Krishna has never told anything to anyone about what is going to happen. If somebody asks anything, he will give this round and round replies. Has any time Krishna given a straightforward reply? No. Find one question that Arjuna asked in Bhagavad Gita, whose reply Krishna gave in one word, accurately, in a straightforward manner. Yes, do this. Yes or no. Yes, this is the thing. This is going to happen. No. He has always given round and round replies to everyone. Why? This is the basic rule. The universe is giving you some of the secrets. Why would you bloody gossip it to somebody else? Then universe will stop giving you messages. So you are receiving the messages from universe and you are gossiping those messages to somebody else. Why would universe like you then? Okay, so don't gossip your intuitions. Okay, this is also a very good thing. Now coming to the 8th house. Okay, what is the 8th house? 8th house over here is number 5, which is Leo. Okay, so Capricorn Ascendants have 8th house as Leo. Who is the Lord of 8th house? The Lord of 8th house is Sun. Who is the Lord of your Lagna? Saturn. Now you are built with a Saturnian energy. Your 8th house of transformation is Leo. The ruler of Leo is Sun. Okay. So what is going to happen in your life? Your son, that is your father or your father-in-law, is going to force you to change in life. Your basic characteristics are the characteristics of darkness. The characteristics of your father and father-in-law are the characteristics of bright light. So your father and your father-in-law will always have a difference of opinion with your mindset. And if you change, if you follow your father and father-in-law's opinion, you would have a long life, because 8th house is also about longevity. If you follow your father, your life is going to increase. Your longevity is going to increase until and unless your sun is not placed in a debilitated condition in Libra. Okay. If sun is in Libra and you are in Capricorn Ascendant, then you don't have to change and you have to be yourself. But if your sun is not in Libra and you are a Capricorn Ascendant, you are definitely going to have troubles in adjusting with the mindset of your father-in-law and father. Okay, so what is going to happen? Clash, quarrels. And in those quarrels, you always have to compromise and do what your father or father-in-law says in order to live a long life. Transform yourself. If you transform yourself, you are going to live a long life. If you don't transform yourself, you are going to die early. And who is the Lord of transformation? The Lord of transformation is Sun, which is either your father or your father-in-law. Getting my point? Because your choices would be living a big life. No matter living a small life, but living a big life. And your father and your father-in-law's preference would be living a long life, even though not living a big life. So if you want to increase your longevity, if you want to increase your ayushya, if you want to increase your health, if you want to increase your lifespan, follow your father or your father-in-law. The opinions and the ideas of your father or father-in-law will be reversed from your own opinions. But if you follow them, compromising your own opinions, you are definitely going to live a longer life, have a longer lifespan and a big longevity. Okay, ayushya તમારું બહુ મોટું થઈ જશે. Guaranteed. Okay. Now, where is Sun looking? Sun is looking at the 7th house from itself. What is the 7th house from the 8th house? It is the 2nd house, that is the Lakshmi Sthan. So Sun is looking at Aquarius, which is sitting in the 2nd house. So if you see, wherever Sun is sitting, sun is purifying that house. It is burning that house and purifying that house. First of all, it is also burning the house and it is also purifying the house. So in the first half of your life, you will be forced to change from the basic mentality you are born in. A Capricorn Ascendant will change its personality in the first half of life. When the second half of the life starts of a Capricorn Ascendant, after like 30 years, you would totally have a different personality. Okay, there is going to be a change in your personality. And who is igniting that change in your personality? The sun, your father or your father-in-law. So there would be situation, there would be some kind of a different situation, alteration in situation. There would be a drastic change in your life because of your father. That is how you are going to change completely. You are going to change your personality, you are going to change your outlook. Your sun is going to force you to transform. Okay, in the first half of your life. In the second half of your life, the sun is going to watch to the opposite side. Your sun is going to watch to the second house. And then sun is going to purify your Aquarius zodiac. Okay, so the Aquarius which was giving you loss in the first half of your life, you would learn how to save your money in the second half of your life. In the first half of your life, you are learning how to expend your money. So in the first house, you are just spending and spending and spending. Even though you are earning, you are spending, you are earning, you are spending. You will learn how to save your money in the second half of your life, like around 30s, 33s, 30s, around that thing. Plus, if you save your money in your father's name after you have reached 30 years of age, you are more likely to get benefit out of it. Because sun is burning the effect of Saturn and Aquarius of your second house, your Lakshmi Sthan. And it is purifying all the bad karmas of your Aquarius. Okay. See, wherever Aquarius is there, it is some bad karma you did in your past life. Okay. So it is aspecting your second house. What is second house? Second house is your Lakshmi. So the first half in your life, you will be expanding your Lakshmi. But in the second half, the sun is going to see to the opposite house from itself. That is, you are learning how to save your money. Okay, so in the first house, in the first half of your life, spend your money into charities. In the second half of your life, keep your savings in the name of your father or your father-in-law. And if your father and father-in-law is not present, okay, see where your sun is placed. And accordingly choose in whose name you have to save your money in. Okay, or take a wallet from your father or purse from your father, or use a purse or wallet of your father and keep your money inside it, and that money will always be saved. Okay, guaranteed 100%, 200%. Okay, my guarantee. Okay, so this was sun. Now talk about the ninth house. Ninth house is entering the Brahmalok. Okay, it is the house of religion and prayers. It is also the house of dharma. Now look closely. What is going to be the ninth house? Ninth house is going to be Virgo. Who is the lord of Virgo? Mercury. So it is more likely that you change your religion, or you will be more focused into following a religion which is not your birth religion. Suppose you are born a Sikh, okay, but you are also inclined towards Lord Shiva. So what will happen? You would go and visit Lord Shiva's temple also, even though you are Sikh. Suppose you are born a Vaishnav, okay, you worship Lord Vishnu in your family, but you are also inclined in worshipping Jesus. So you will also go into the churches. Okay. Now, where your religious mindset is inclined, for that you need to see the placement of your Mercury. If your Mercury is placed in the Venusian sign, you will be inclined towards Muslim, because they like worship in Fridays. Okay, so you would be more inclined towards Allah if your Mercury is placed in Venusian sign of either Taurus or Libra and you are a Capricorn Ascendant. See, everything I am talking is about the Capricorn Ascendant. Being a Capricorn Ascendant, if your Mercury is in Libra or Taurus, no matter which religion you are in, you would be inclined towards Islam. Okay. If it is placed in either Pisces or Sagittarius, you would be inclined towards Lord Ram or Guru Nanak Ji. Okay, either Sikh or Lord Ram or Hanuman Ji. If your Mercury is placed in Aries sign, that is in the sign of Mars, that is Aries or Scorpio, then you would be inclined into Lord Shiva or Sufi. You will be inclined towards Sufi spirituality or Lord Shiva. If your Mercury is placed into the sign of Leo, then you would be inclined towards either Christianity or some another religion which your father would be liking. Okay, and if it is in Cancer, you will be inclined towards some another religion which your mother would be liking, or the religion might also be something where the puja is made on Monday. Again, Lord Shiva is also a possibility, and Sufi is also a possibility. You will be also into spirituality, especially more into spirituality, like you would be condemning the puja of any god, and you would be more into helping the nature. Okay, so over here your Mercury is asking you and forcing you to follow a dual religion. You might be following a dual religion in your life. Okay, your basic religion would be something else, and you would also be following some another god or another religion. Okay, but see, where is Mercury watching? Mercury is watching to the 7th house from itself. What is the 7th house from 9th house? It is the 3rd house. That is why 3rd house is Guru Updesh. Okay, so see, Mercury and Jupiter. See, Mercury is watching to the house of Jupiter or Pisces. So it is going to deflect you from one religion to another religion. Okay, so if you are a Capricorn Ascendant, I am sure that you will be worshipping two gods at a time. One god of one religion, another god of another religion. Or you would be worshipping two gods of Hinduism, which are opposite to each other, like Shiva and Vishnu. Parvati and Ram. Okay. Kuber and Brahma. Okay. Like you would have dual religion. You would be following two paths of enlightenment. And this is not a bad quality, okay, and neither this needs any kind of remedy. But yes, if you change a name, if your Mercury is placed in a higher position than Jupiter, then changing a name from your current religion to the next religion would give you beneficial result. And if your Mercury is not placed in a good manner and your Jupiter is placed in a good manner, then you don't have to change your name and you have to keep your name as it is. Okay, who changed the name? A.R. Rahman changed the name, and as soon as A.R. Rahman changed the name from Dilip Kumar, he became famous. Okay, so sometimes it is good to change your name to another religion. Sometimes. But then again you have to see and compare the strength of Jupiter and Mercury. So having a Capricorn Ascendant, if your Mercury is more powerful than Jupiter, then changing your name into a different religion is going to give you drastic improvement in your life. If your Jupiter is more strong than Mercury, then changing your name would give a very troublesome life. You have to again change it back. Okay, for that you need to see in which which of these Jupiter or Mercury is more powerful. Okay. Now, coming to the 10th house. 10th house of society. What is the 10th house of society? 10th house of society is Libra. Who is the Lord of Libra? Lord of Libra is Venus. So you would be very, very famous in the opposite gender, first of all, as I told you. You'll be very famous in opposite gender. Secondly, where is Venus looking? Venus is looking from the 7th house from itself. Okay, it is your 4th house, your family house, your property house. So it is more likely that even you are getting all the opposite gender people at your home. Okay, they are visiting your home. Okay, you are calling your home, or they are naturally coming towards your home. Okay, so if you are a man, you would be having more female friends who are visiting at your home. If you are a female, you are having more male friends who are visiting your home. Okay, so this is the case. Plus, Venus in the 10th house is going to make you famous about any kinds of creative work or creating things you are good at. Okay, if you want to get famous, go and follow your passion. In this case, if Venus is not placed debilitated or in some malefic influence, all the opposite gender friends would give a very good result. But if Venus is placed malefic with some problematic situation, then all the opposite gender friends would cause quarrels at your homes. You would be fighting at your home because of your opposite gender friends, or those opposite gender friends would be creating trouble at your home. Okay, if it is placed in the 12th house, you would be having some nasty desires while you call your opposite friends at your home. If it is placed in the 6th house, whenever your opposite gender friends comes at your home, they would be creating fights. Okay, they would tell something which they don't have to tell. Okay, or if you are living in a joint family, there will be problem. They won't be liking the opposite gender friends, or either your sister or brother would come into contact with your friends, and then there would be some issues, family issues. Okay, so if your Venus is in 6th house, opposite gender people coming at your home, they are creating troubles in your family life. If your Venus is in 12th house, okay, and opposite gender coming people at your home, you are going to get some bad pleasures. Okay, bad pleasures. Okay, if your Venus is in Virgo and your opposite gender people come at your place, you would going to have issues with your they would naturally be of some opposite religion, and then you would have problem adjusting and telling things with your family. Okay, your families would not be liking your opposite gender friends who are from different religion. Okay, so these kind of problems might arise if your Venus is either in the 6th house, 12th house, or in Virgo. Apart from that, things will be cool. Okay, don't worry too much. Okay. Talking about the 11th house, what is the 11th house? 11th house is the house of gains. And who is the Lord over here? Who is the Zodiac over here? Scorpio. As I told you, Scorpio is the second most troublesome sign. Scorpio is wish. Wish is poison. That means your gains are coming from a poisonous source. Okay, so that is why the 11th house, Saturn, is giving you the loss of money. Why? Because the money which has came, it is not Lakshmi but Alakshmi. Okay, and as soon as you accumulate Alakshmi will go. There is no Lakshmi, there is Alakshmi. Your money is coming from a wrong source. What you need to do? You need to cleanse your money. Whenever you get 100 rupees, 200 rupees, 500 rupees, 10,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees, 10 crore rupees, 100 crore rupees, any amount of money you are getting, take one note out of it, take one currency note out of it, put it in a box of salt, rock salt, okay, and offer that rock salt to Lord Parvati. Okay, and after offering that note, take out that note, give that note to someone needy. Okay, whenever you get money, if you are in business, you are dealing, after every deal, take one note out of it, put it into a rock salt box, worship it to Lord Parvati, take that money out, take that money and give it to some poor. If you are doing job, whenever the money comes, take one note out of it, put it in salt, offer that to Lord Parvati, take that money out, give it to some needy. You need to continuously cleanse your money because you are getting all Lakshmi from different sources. And you might also not want all Lakshmi. You might also not want all Lakshmi, okay? But they are coming it. Suppose I take my case, okay? Supposing I am doing somebody's consulting, okay? I am consulting someone and that person stole money from someone else. And that stolen money, that person is giving me 2000 rupees as my consultation fee. Okay. No matter I have done good of that person, I have served him, I have given him the right advice. The money which I am getting is a stolen money. So that money is Alakshmi and not Lakshmi. So what to do of Alakshmi? Clean Alakshmi from Parvati. Parvati is going to clean your Alakshmi. So all the money that is coming, take one part of that money, put it in a rock salt, offer that rock salt to Parvati, and then give that money to someone else. Okay, so this is how you will clean your Alakshmi. Especially Capricorn Ascendants are more likely to get Alakshmi, poisonous money, poisonous gains. Okay, and even if not gains, even if not money, I am talking about overall gains. If somebody gave you a ring, somebody gave you a golden ring, somebody gave you any gift you are getting, first of all, any gift you get, it would not be very good for you. Okay, so if you are getting gifts from people, either give that gift to somebody else or offer that gift to Goddess Parvati first and then wear it. I would prefer that don't take gifts from anyone. If you are a Capricorn Ascendant, don't take gifts from anyone. Okay, because what you are gaining is poisonous. It is coming through the source of Scorpio. And you need to either clean that poison or you need to give up. So either give away the gifts you are getting or clean the gift. That is the one and only solution. Getting my point? Now, who is the Lord of Scorpio? Lord of Scorpio is Mars and Ketu. Where is Mars watching? Mars is watching to the 4th and 8th house to itself. What is the 4th house from 11th house? 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4th house from 11th house is the 2nd house, the Lakshmi Sthan. See? So, whenever you are getting Lakshmi, you are getting a Lakshmi. You have to control the 4th house from Mars. You have to control your gains. So, whenever you are getting money, clean the money. After cleaning the money, then use the money. First of all, first rule, or in whatever sense you are getting money, donate a small amount of that money every time you get money. Okay, if you are getting money every 15 days, take one part of that money and donate it to some needy. But in the form of money, don't give in the form of food, water, anything. Direct money. Okay. And the 8th house from itself is what you have to compromise. See, what is the 8th house? This was the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. 8th house is illness. Okay, so the Scorpio Mars watching to the 6th house is very good thing. Okay, it is going to kill your illnesses. It is going to kill your troubles. If you are getting a Mars from someone, don't give it to anybody. Save it for yourself. In your life, in your Mars Dasha, it is possible that somebody gives you honey, somebody gives you a Rudraksh. Okay, these are all Mars. Somebody gives you red coral, somebody gives you a red color t-shirt. Okay, anything related to Mars, if you are getting from somebody else, don't give it to anyone. Don't offer it to any god or goddesses, because it is going to be helpful in cleaning your illnesses. It is a good luck for you. Only Martian things would be a good luck for you. Apart from Martian things, everything you gain in your life would be poisonous. For that poison you have to clean. Okay, and if the 6th house thing which you are getting, it is transferring that poison to your enemies. Supposingly, I gifted a red t-shirt to a Capricorn Ascendant. Then, whenever they are ill, whenever they are facing some problem, if they wear that red t-shirt, it would be very lucky for them. Okay, so if you want to do good of a Capricorn Ascendant people, if you want to remove the enemies out of their life, give them Mars, give them Rudraksh, give them red color t-shirt, give them honey, give them anything that is related to red, give them a knife. Okay, that is going to help you. So apart from all the gains related to Mars, everything will be a wish to you, but that thing would be a luck, a blessing to you. Okay, so you have to identify and divide it. Only the Martian things which are coming to you naturally are good, especially they would either come in the Mars Dasha. But still, even if it comes in any Dasha, if somebody is giving you red color thing, don't donate it to anyone, keep that thing. Apart from that thing, donate everything. Okay. What is the co-lord of Scorpio? Ketu. For the Ketu, we have to count reverse. So we go reverse to the 5th house from 11th house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the Ketu is aspecting your 7th house. Okay, this is not a very good placement. First of all, if Ketu is aspecting your 7th house, you are likely to get any kind of disputes with your spouse. Okay, you are likely to get some disputes with your spouse, especially about your physical needs. Okay, the nature of your physical needs. If you have Jupiter or Mars in your 7th house, only then you can use a cat eye to remedify those measures. If Jupiter or Mars is not aspecting your 7th house, or it is not present in 7th house, don't wear a cat eye. And that is something you need to control. So you would be needing to control your sexual urges with your partners every time. I am not telling that give up. I am telling just control. Wait for the right moment. Don't be so desperate in your physical needs. Okay, don't be so desperate. If Ketu is aspecting your 7th house. Okay, because it is more likely that you will be so desperate in chaining to your physical needs. Don't be so desperate. Okay. And what is the 9th house? This was the 7th, 8th, 9th. That is the 5th house. Okay. So you have to compromise that thing. So the one thing you need to compromise is whenever you are doing some of your creativity work, whenever you are doing the things which are making you famous, whenever you are doing things in which you would like to excel in your life, don't wear shoes. Don't wear shoes. Do it in naked feet. Do it with naked feet. If you are a painter, paint with naked feet. If you are an actor, do acting with naked feet. And you will have tremendous luck. Tremendous. If you are into acting, if you are a Capricorn Ascendant and you are struggling, I am telling you, every time you go to act, every time you go into a film studio, every time you go into the production house, remove your shoes outside, go barefoot and you will excel. That movie, that series, anything you are doing, you are going to be famous. If you are a writer, if you are a poet, if you are a dancer, if you are a painter, any creative things you are doing with being a Capricorn Ascendant, and whenever you do that thing, remove your shoes, be barefoot, and 110% you will excel. 110%. Guaranteed. Okay, because you need to compromise your Ketu. Don't block your Ketu. Blocking your Ketu is keeping your feet blocked. Okay, so in this case, if you keep your feet open, if you walk barefoot, okay, if you walk barefoot, especially in the field where you need to be famous, you would definitely be famous. Okay, definitely. Definitely. So you have to compromise that Ketu in the 5th house. When you compromise Ketu in the 5th house, you will be famous. In any of your art, your fine arts, creativity, acting, dancing, painting, drawing, anything you are doing. Okay. And there might also be possibilities of some rheumatoid arthritis or knees and joint related problems. For that, increase the diet of butter. Okay. Take more homemade butter in your diet and these things will flow out. You can also take garlic. Okay. Garlic is very good to remove rheumatoid arthritis. Okay. Take garlic. Every week take garlic first thing in the morning. Choose any day. Preferably Friday. Okay. Next is the last house, your 12th house. What is going to be the 12th house? Your 12th house is going to be Sagittarius. Who is the lord of Sagittarius? Jupiter. Is it good or bad? It's bad. It is going to give you troubles and obstacles in your learning cycle. You will have troubles in getting a degree, completing a project. Okay, whatever is relating to your studies, you will have problems and obstacles towards it. Okay, but no matter you will be focused in learning occult sciences, learning spirituality, learning astrology, everything. But whenever you do that, your process is going to be completely on and on and on and on. You will never finish learning. Okay, see, this is the difference between Jupiter in Pisces and Jupiter in Sagittarius. The Sagittarius Jupiter is focused in learning. Okay, but the Jupiter in Pisces is giving the application of your knowledge and helping you to achieve the desired fruit from your knowledge. Okay, so Jupiter in 12th house, people say it is bad because it is like Buddhi Gotra Mase, but no. You again have to see the natural lord of 12th house is Pisces. And Jupiter in Pisces is not very bad. It just tells you that you are getting fruit of your knowledge, but you are not getting the certification of your knowledge. Suppose I am studying psychology, okay, and my friend is also studying psychology. I have Jupiter in my 12th house. He doesn't have Jupiter in his 12th house. So what will happen? I would be having more skill. I would be knowing more things. I would be more good in psychology. Okay, but when there is exam, whenever there is the certification, I would either get less marks, or I would not give exam, or there would be some trouble in giving exam, or there was some problem in getting the certificate. But I would be having a more knowledge than my friend. Even though my friend would be a certified psychologist and I would not be a certified psychologist, I would be having more knowledge than my friend. Why? Because the Pisces Jupiter is not giving me a degree, it is giving me ability. So my degree would be less, but my ability would be more. Okay, it is giving problem in degree. It is not giving problem in ability. It is giving me a more ability. It is giving me a problem in degree. Okay, but consider Sagittarius. In Sagittarius, you are learning and learning and learning. So in that case, it is a different thing. In that case, you would be having a degree, but your skill and ability would be less. Okay, so it would be easy for you to get a degree of whatever you are learning, but having the practical knowledge out of it, it would be very difficult to extract. Okay, so if you are a doctor, you can be MBBS, but when it comes to practice, you might not be a very good doctor, but you might have got very good marks in MBBS. Okay, see the reverse idea. You got very good marks in MBBS, but yet you are not a very good doctor. The opposite is, you got very less mark in MBBS, but you are a very good doctor. Okay, so that is Jupiter in Pisces. Okay, Jupiter in Sagittarius, you would get very good marks, but when it comes to practicality, you are still suffering, you are still learning. Okay, so basically in 12th house, Jupiter is taking one thing out of you, but giving you one thing. Either you would have abilities and you will not have certificates, or you would have certificates and you are not be having abilities. In this case, you would be having certificate, but for the ability, you need to continuously learn and learn and learn and learn. Okay, where is Jupiter watching from the 12th house? Jupiter watches to the 9th house from itself. What is the 9th house from the 12th house? Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is the 8th house. When Jupiter is watching to the 8th house to itself, it is definitely going to give you digestive disorders, problems related to stomach. Whenever you are going to die, you are going to have some digestive issues. You are going to have problems related to your digestive system, your rectus, your anus, your large intestine, your small intestine, your gallbladder, your liver, your stomach, your esophagus. Okay. So what do you need to take care of? You need to take care of your digestive system very much. Okay, because it is going to create a problem. Who is creating a problem? Your digestive system is creating problem. Okay, so take care of your digestive system. It is very much important to take care of your digestive system. Okay, eat fruits every day, especially banana. Don't let constipation take control over you. Never have constipation, because constipation is keeping all the foul things inside your large intestine. It is going to degrade your digestive system. Having loose motion is okay. Having constipation is not okay. So take additional things which are going to help you in digestion. Okay, because 8th house is also of death, Yam. Okay, so when Yam is coming, Jupiter is watching towards Yam. Okay, so Yamraj is also looking towards your Jupiter. So Yamraj is looking towards your digestive system. Where is Yamraj looking? Yamraj is looking towards your digestive system. So whenever Yamraj is coming, where he will see? He will see towards your digestive system. Don't take your digestive problems lightly if you are a Capricorn Ascendant. Okay, never ever 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 ever. Ever, 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 never, never, never. Never, ever, never, ever, never, never, ever. Never, never, ever. Never, ever. Ever, never. Okay. So, make sure your digestive system is very good. If your Venus is malefic, being a Capricorn Ascendant, if your Venus is malefic, you have to take Shankhvati. If your Jupiter itself is malefic, then you have to take Hingashtak. If your Sun is malefic, take Sudarshan. If your Mercury is malefic or debilitated, take Trifla. Okay. If your Mars is malefic, don't take anything. Just take black salt in your diet regularly, every day, and make a habit to eat papaya. Clean your intestine, things will be fine. If your Saturn is malefic, all you need to do is to eat or drink more water, and you can also take Gokhru powder. Ashwagandha is also good, but for that we need to also see the moon. Okay. And if your moon is malefic, no remedy will help you. Just have to control your diet. Okay, you have to turn yourself a totally sattvic person. If your moon is malefic and you are a Capricorn Ascendant, the only thing that is going to save you is become a sattvic person. Don't eat non-veg. Garlic is okay. Onion is not okay. Cucumber is not okay. Don't eat onion and cucumber raw. Garlic is okay. Eat everything before sunset. As soon as the sun sets, don't eat anything. You can take milk after the sunset, nothing more than milk. When you wake up, take a full breakfast. Then your lunch should be a little lesser than breakfast, and your dinner should be at the sunset time. Take two types of fruit, one at 4 p.m. and another fruit around morning. Around morning, anytime it is comfortable for you. Next fruit is at the 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Okay, 3 to 5, between 3 to 5 anytime you can take. So this is how you can turn into sattvic person. Only if your moon is bad and you are a Capricorn Ascendant. For other things, I have given you Ayurvedic remedies. Okay. So this was Capricorn Ascendants. Okay, Capricorn Ascendants people. And I guess we covered all the houses from 1 to 12. And this is all about Capricorn Ascendants. Everything talked in detail. Okay, in the next video we are coming back with Aquarius Ascendants. Okay, the danger. Aquarius Ascendants, the most dangerous sign. So, thank you all for joining with the Capricorn Ascendants. We are coming back with Aquarius Ascendants tomorrow. Thank you very much. And if you have any kinds of problems, remedies, and if you need some remedies, if you need astrological counseling, get into the comment zone, or you can directly contact Vedic Vidada. Thank you very much.